Alright guys, so this is gonna be my first tip and tricks for the Legion Go 2. So what we're gonna do first, one of the first things I'm gonna do is, because some of the tricks you don't need the Xbox full experience, but some you do. So I'm just gonna start off with how to enable this first, the Xbox full screen experience. So we're gonna go step by step how to activate it. That's the first part. And disclaimer to this video, I'm not gonna be responsible for any issues your system may have, and basically you do this at your own risk. But I will go with a couple of things here there, how to create a restore point just in case anything goes wrong, so you can actually go back before the changes was done. Okay, I've done this to multiple my devices and I haven't had any issues. So if you already had this already activated on your devices or basically on your Legion Go, you can go ahead and skip this section of the video and go to the next part. I will be putting timestamps, so this way it's easier for you guys to be able to skip. And all this information I'm going to put here, especially the link where to get the software or the little application to activate this, is going to be on the description below. All right, no further ado, let's start. All right, guys. So what we're going to do, we're going to start here. I'm going to be using my computer, to basically do this part of the tips and tricks, how to activate the Xbox full screen experience. This is not for everyone. It will be for the one who does want it and need it. But everybody else, you can go ahead and skip to the next section. So I'm going to do this on my computer. I don't want to use my other system because I already have it activated. And then, activating and disabling is a whole mess. I don't want to do that. So what we're going to do here, we're going to start here. And we're going to need to do a couple of checkpoints. So the first part is to check that your system is up to date and you are where you need to be. I will be putting on the screen the OS build number and also the experience number, so you can see it actually match my Xbox Ally X and my Legion Go 2. The Xbox Ally X is the one who has it from out of the box already built in, so that is the build that you need. And also the Legion Go, you're gonna see is a little bit ahead in the build part of it for the OS. But on your desktop, we are gonna go basically to settings. But to go to settings, you basically hit the start button and then click settings, the little gear button here. So in the gear button, what you need to do when you get to settings, you go to system, and when you go to system, scroll down until you get to Windows specifications. Here is going to show you the OS build. This is the build that you need or higher. And then this is the experience package or pack that you need. Make sure that they are matching. If you have the same numbers on both ends on your system, then you're good to go. Even if it's higher, then you're good to go. So long as you're here or above, you are set. So you can also see I do not have full experience on this system. Let's go to gaming, because this is where you're going to activate it. You see game bar, but you don't see there's another bar. It should be right above it. You don't see it. I'm going to put a screenshot on the system, so you can see exactly what that other option look like. And then when we said and done, then we're gonna have that option available. All right, so everything that I'm doing here, I'm gonna put a link on the description below, so this way you guys can just click and you're good to go. So we're gonna keep this here for now. Then what we're gonna do, we're gonna go to this website. This is a GitHub page. And what we're gonna do, we're gonna go all the way down to the bottom. Don't worry about all the language if you don't understand it. Just gotta follow my direction here. We are gonna do is click this and download. All right, as soon as the download is over, just basically hit the little folder right here, or just go straight to your download folder if you already have it open. Just tap on this, and here we go. We're just gonna go ahead and minimize this web browser and double click on this. Let's close this, and of course you just go through the process of installation. Oh, but before we do that, I'm gonna do one thing here. Let's go here, and this is to give you a peace of mind. just write the word REST and you will get this here. It's a create restore point. That's before we install this. And what we're gonna do, we are gonna create a restore point. So what this does, for example, let's say anything goes wrong with your system, you can go back before we did this changes, before we make this installation. So what we're gonna do this here, and you can call it whatever you want. We can call it before full experience. Okay, let's call that. And then we create those restore point. Now it's created one. And there we go, we're done. That's just, you know, for safe purposes. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and install. Next. All right, when you open the application is gonna be saved on your desktop and it's gonna give you this warning message. And basically says say yes. Okay, after you say yes, this is gonna pop up. And what we're gonna need to do is enable the Xbox full screen experience. That's pretty much it. It kind of does all the work. There's another way to doing it. That's the way that I used to do it. And it takes so many steps. This one is gonna be just, you take all those steps and do it for you. So just one button and you should be done. All right, and then what we need to do is basically restart our system and then we'll be back. All right, now that we are back in our desktop, what we need to do is go to the start menu and go back into the settings. Settings right here. So now we're back in settings. What we need to do is go to gaming. And now you're gonna see that fourth bar. Remember earlier, we only had this three, sorry. And now we have the fourth one. You tap on this and on here, what you need to do is switch it over to Xbox. There is a program out there that you can basically switch it to like Steam or other ones. I haven't really messed with it. So when I do, I will make a video about it. And instead of, you know, opening the Xbox app, it will open Steam instead if you want to do that. So from here, basically you tap the full experience startup and then show us a accessibility control on view test. You can do that, but you can leave it alone. All right, after you're done, what we're gonna do is basically close this and we're gonna reboot one more time. And this should take us straight into Xbox full screen experience. All right, so now we're back in our desktop. So I'm about to log in. Let's see if this works. If it does, boom, voila, win-win. Let's take a look. All right, so it looked like Xbox has to go through some updates. Give me 1 second here. Let's let the Xbox finish its installation. And probably we're gonna need to reboot again. But it looked like it's already set up here. Bear with me here. All right, so we are here. Look like the app just finished updating. And look, it's asking us to jump to full screen. So we tap that and here we go. At this point, what you wanna do is do the restart so you can optimize the system. And this way is supposedly to save you all to 2 gigs of memory instead of using that 2 gigs here in your main system and like in your desktop. It's gonna save it to be used mostly for your gaming. So this is a good thing. So let's go ahead and here go restart it. Okay, look like we are in. Let's make a quick test here. Okay, that look like it's working. So we are in. Now you have Xbox full screen experience. So you're set here. From here, if you swipe up, you'll be able to, if you want to go back to Windows, is basically select Windows here, and that should take you there. Don't remind me. Let's continue. So this way, it never asks you that stupid question again. It automatically goes there. All right, that is done. Now let's go ahead and go to the next one. All right, so my next tip and tricks will be, mapping your buttons. Button mapping, basically. So we're gonna do on the tab section here, the button on top, that's gonna be your Legion button. So we're gonna press on that. So we're gonna wait for the Legion space to open. All right, so as soon as I'm here at the Legion space, what we're gonna do is go to controller here. And then we're gonna go to button mapping. For here, they add a new function. For anyone who just got the Legion Go at the beginning of the year, this should have been an update that happened automatically, but most people did not pay attention to it. So you just go to function shortcuts And here they give you a couple of shortcuts, like the Xbox button, basically by hitting the Legion space button, that one on top, and clicking on this, you get this. That's pretty much it. All right. So there's two buttons here. We are gonna use it. I had a user named Mia Kuit who actually gave me some information that I didn't know. That's actually extremely useful for me, especially if you're using Steam. If you prefer to use Steam, this will work, especially if you want to access to this button right here. So right now, if you see, I'm pressing this button right here, and I have a shortcut there. So I'm going to show you how to create that, because this one was a different type of shortcut. This one was an app switcher, and it was a pretty good app switcher, but it was not this app switcher here. That I prefer this one. There we go. This app switcher here. I prefer this app switcher here. All right. So let's go to Legion Space. And let's move back. Oh, here, this is where you see the stuff. You can also add an Xbox game bar. Don't use it. It's crap. And from here, by holding it for a couple of seconds, as you can see, long press, that's the right one right here, you get the task view, this right here. All right, so we're gonna go back a little bit, and we're gonna go to button layout. And this is where we're gonna basically upgrade those, change those two buttons right here. We are gonna do this one, this one right here. We're gonna basically, you need to go to combination, tap here, and then get rid of whatever combination you see here, and just basically do Ctrl and 1. That is gonna give you the menu for Steam. So instead of you pressing the Xbox button on the side, you already have that there. But if you're using a real Xbox controller, for example like this, that should work automatically. But it only works when you actually on the desktop. There is a way to kind of fix that, but this is actually a lot simpler. And actually, if you want this to happen, what I did, I mapped this feature on this one, on this button right here on top. So the combination for that one, simple. You just tap that one, and it's gonna be Win and G. That's pretty much it. Win G. And if you want to do any other combo or any features, like let's say you like keeping your character on the go, but you always want to keep your both fingers on the thumbsticks. And let's say A is the button for run, and you want to map it to one of the buttons in the back, whichever of these buttons you want, including the one here on the side. So as you can see, you go to the same spot. And let's say you want to do the back, so you hit the rear, and you select which one you want. As you can see, I have an A button already mapped there on one of these right here in the back. So whenever I need to press that A button, I just hold it and I keep it moving. So that's pretty much the simplicity of mapping buttons. You basically tap what you want, and then you just map it. That's pretty much it. This one is a really quick and easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Let's go to settings real quick. General. So I can help some people out because this is a new device, and if you're gonna be using it at home, 90% at home, for example, or even 75% at home, and you're gonna be plugging it. For example, I have it plugged in now, because you just don't care. You want to, you don't want to be wasting battery. You want to keep playing as much as you can. So scroll down, and you're going to see this thing that says optimize battery charging. Just click on that. So when you're home, I recommend that when you're home, leave it to charge up to 80%. What that's going to do is going to keep your battery to stay healthy for longer. But when you go out and about and you want to still have that extra 20%, then just disable that. I know it's one of those things that you either leave it or hit it and forget it.
That's what she said.
So it's up to you. I'm the type of person, when I'm home, I'm gonna be using the charger most of the time. I just hit it so you can charge up to 80%. And then when I go to visit like a family or I'm traveling, I want the extra 20%, I just disable it. Also here, the power button has a light. So if you don't want to see the light like I don't, just tap that and it goes away. As you can see, tap that and it's there. Tap it again, goes away. Some people didn't know that. So just to put it out there, it's there. All right. So this one is gonna be regarding performance. We're gonna go back to the Legend space and we're gonna look in our performance tab. As you can see, you have 3 performance profile. The first performance profile is gonna be between 9 to 15 watts TDP when you play the game. That's usually will be good for like cozy games, like for example, games that will be like Animal Crossing, for example, just to think of one, or Fantasy Life. Those type of games, 9 to 15 watts will be good. Let's say you're playing a game like Palia, for example. I'm just using simple cozy games like Palia, or maybe like a Genshin Impact kind of game. You can be in balance. That will be between 15 to 25 watts. But if you're trying to play games that are a little more demanding, Resident Evil is not too demanding, but it looks really well. I would say balance will be good. Maybe if you play like Mortal Kombat on high settings, for example, maybe you want to push it to performance, or less, or maybe switch it over. Call of Duty will be working really well on performance, especially if you're going to play multiplayer. But you can also get away with balance. And again, it's all about you playing around with the settings. So if you're gonna plug your system using the power supply, just put your stuff on performance. That's my thing. But if you're gonna be on battery, balance usually will be fine with like maybe 75% of the games, give or take. And again, balance is gonna be between 15 to 25 watts. While performance will be between 25 to 30 watts, and quiet will be between 9 to 15 watts. So at least you can have an idea what type of game to switch what setting to. And the quickest way is by pressing this button here on the right, and you will have it right here. Quiet, balance, and performance. Custom, that will be depending if you want your fans to go up, and you can also change the DDP or the wattage output here on custom. That will be if you want to push it to its limit, then you set this up here. But again, that's here, there, just something you will need to to play with. And while we are here talking about performance and TDP, just one thing that I would like to let anyone know: if you want to know which mode you're in and you don't want to keep checking, if you keep this light on, the power button on, each color will tell you where you are in your DDP. So quiet is blue, as you can see, quiet. If you hit balance, change to white. So white will be that 15 to 25 watts, and then 25 to 30 will be in red. And then if you want to know if you're in custom, meaning that's going to be between 35 to 45 watts, depending, you're in purple. So purple will be right your custom mode here. But again, the colors will change basically based on the mode that you're in performance, either quiet, balance, or performance, or even custom. So you can see. So there's no way to customizing the colors. They're just there to give you a visual representation or view, or to inform you where in your DDP you are in your settings. So if you know you're in red, you know that's what's going on. You're in performance, pretty much. All right, I hope that also helps. So one major thing that you need to change is gonna be how much VRam that the system is giving to the user while you play game. Lenovo has this bad habit of, for some reason, giving the user only 2 gigs of VRAM, and the rest is gonna be regular memory. So I'm gonna show you how to do that. And what we need to do is turn off your system, and I'm gonna go step by step from that point on. All right, so we have the system completely powered down. So what you need to do is press the first of the volume up. Just hold it, don't let it go, and then press the power button and let it go. But still hold the volume button. Just wait. This is gonna happen. Boom. You're gonna be here. This is your menu. What you need to do, just go to BIOS setup, second one, and then you're gonna be here on the screen. On the screen, you're gonna tap more settings, and then you're gonna go to display setting. And here, that's where you change your memory. Usually it's at 2 gigs, but you should switch it over to 8. You don't need no more than that. If you want to go crazy, you can go to 16, but you don't have to. I would recommend between 10 or 8 gigs, but 8 gigs is what I recommend. And most people will recommend the same thing. I haven't found no need to go any higher so far, but when I do, then I will recommend to, depending on the game, that you probably need to go any higher. But for now, if you want to, 8 gigs is the sweet spot, but you can push a little further if you want to. I do not recommend to go to 16, but if you want to, go ahead. And from this point on, you go to exit, tap exit, and then on the top, exit, save and change. Say yes. And that's pretty much it. And this, the performance in your game should change. You should be getting more and better performance from your games after you make such changes. Your system should also be running a little smoother. Anything that has to do with graphics, that should be a lot better from this point on. And I think my fans are going crazy because I have the TDP set up to custom, and everything is maxed out, and that's probably what's going on. Let's take a look here. Yep, it's on custom. So let's bring it down to balance. That should quiet the fans. And I have SteamOS to basically boot up. And if you want to be able to do that, I'm going to show you how to do that. So this way, every time you log in, you don't have to open SteamOS. It automatically will boot up for you. All right, so basically, you press the Xbox button here, and then we go to settings, and then we go all the way down to the bottom with the interface right there. And then you're going to see second here on top, it says run Steam when computer starts. Just enable that, and you are good to go. Also, just go through this. You can enable everything like I did. So that's pretty much it on that one. Oh, another thing before I forget. Maybe one of you guys wanted to know how to switch your boot up screen for your SteamOS. You know how I had that little snitch on the beginning? Let's just give you a preview of that, like this. That's how SteamOS, or basically Steam, will boot up every time it turns on. So what you need to do, you have to go be on settings, and then go to customization right there. And when you go here, you'll be able to switch. If you got points, you can go here and just kind of shuffle some of these intros. I'll show you this one. That's the Haiti one. All right, so that if whenever Steam boot up on big picture mode, that's what's gonna come up. Like this one here. That looks so freaking cool. So you have an idea. So pretty much go to visit the shop, and you can see what animations are available. And you, like right here, this is some of those examples. That looks cool. I'm getting that. Putting that on right now. So as you can see, it pops up here on your list. You see not downloaded. You basically have to tap it to download it.
That's what she said.
And then it's going to be on your list right here. So you tap it now. Let's review it. That looks pretty freaking cool to me, man. I'm going to leave that one. All right. Let's go to the next one. All right, so guys, so while we are in the round of customization, this is going to be pretty quickly. we're gonna basically go back to the Legion space. So basically, if you're not in the Legion space, just click on the Legion button right over here on the top left corner. And then when you get here, you're actually gonna be here on this screen and just tap controller. And on controller, what we're gonna do, we're gonna go to here, joystick light. As you can see right there. Tap on that one. And here you're gonna be able to change the color of your sticks lights around it. And here you can choose the effects. Effects 1, you can see what's happening. Effects 2, effects 3. Sorry, there you go. That's what I meant to do. You can just disable if you don't want to. Just to, so be aware, having the lighting, they do take some battery, of course. So if you want to have the most battery, basically disable the lighting here and also disable the lighting on the sticks. So this way you can have the most battery available for you. But they don't drain that much battery. They drain a percentage, but not that much. I usually like to keep it on 2. And when I usually do the spiral. I like the spiral, and I usually do brightness on 16. So this way they're not too bright. And again, the brighter it is, the more battery it takes. So 16 usually, between 15 and 16 is really good. The speed is at 50. So this way they don't change too quickly. So just bring it down halfway there to 50. And that's pretty much, it's not much here, just quick customization for the lighting. And again, you can do dynamic, you can do blinking if you like blinking, and you can switch the colors this way. If you prefer something red, I mean, that's more like pinkish, but there we go, that's kind of red. This is more orangey. And then let's do a solid color. Let's bring the brightness here up so you can see it a lot better. So if you want to do a solid one specifically, you can kind of play with these. And again, I like the spiral rainbow. This is what I like the most. And again, there you go, that's good. All right, let's go ahead and jump to the next one. This is not a tip. This is more just for making your system look cool, especially for the wallpaper. If you do like the wallpaper that I have here in the background, I do recommend to check out this website. It's called Game Wallpapers. They have pretty much a lot of wallpapers that have to do with games. It's not free, unfortunately. It's pay if you want to have lifetime access to every wallpaper in here. And they have like 3 different websites. They have Cyberbabes and they have CGW. And CGW mean wallpapers. So you will have access to everything for, if you basically pay $120 for a lifetime subscription, and that's you only pay once, and you have access to all these wallpapers. I've been subscribed with them for years. I'm talking about like maybe 10 years or more, give or take. And I've been getting all my wallpapers from here. I pretty much recommend this website. They do not disappoint. Actually, I have this one as my login one. Let me show you. See? I love that one. That's pretty cool. So I'm gonna add this here. I'm gonna put a link on the description below for this one, just in case you guys are interested in getting some cool game wallpapers. I would recommend it. I know you can get some of this stuff for free, but the quality here is pretty cool. You have multiple different sizes. Let's look at this one. Look here, all the different sizes. You got widescreen, dual screen, full screen. You got mobile, for tablets or cell phones. Just regular widescreen here, and then the ultra one, as I mentioned. Also, they have a setup for triple screen. So if you have a triple set monitor, you can get a wallpaper that will be able to go across your monitors. If you have a triple set monitor like that. I'm telling you, this website is pretty freaking cool. I hope you guys like this. All right, this is another thing for newcomers to handheld gaming, especially for PC. If you have a Legion Go, also, I do recommend. I know a lot of people don't like Epic Store, but Epic Store every week, especially on Thursdays, they release new games. So I would recommend to make a free account. You don't have to do nothing else, just make a free account. And then every Thursday, just come here and let's see what they have. Look, they have 2 games here available for free. Just basically tap on it. And then when it comes up, just say get, and then place order. That's pretty much it. And it's part of your library and it's free. Every Thursday, they have a free game. Sometimes 1, sometimes 2. Very rarely, they will have 3. Let's continue browsing. Let's go in. They had a second version of this game. There you go. That's the second one. So if you have nothing to play, you can come here and see what is available. You may find something good to play. Just add the game. It's not going to hurt. It's a free game. Also, if you have Amazon Prime will give you free games also on Thursdays. Let me show you. Okay, so we are here at the Amazon Prime one. So you just have to make sure to have an Amazon Prime game account, basically. As long as you have Amazon Prime account, you will need to go to luna.amazon.com/claims with an S at the end, another /home, then $G = S. That should take you to this website. I will put the link here. So as soon as you log in, you basically can see the games that are available. But I would recommend scroll down all the way almost to the end. And you're going to make it here, which says claim games. And it's going to tell you if you have a GOG account, you can submit this to GOG. They have 3 games for GOG. Sometimes they will go to Epic, and sometimes they will have a game for Steam. But usually it will be for Amazon main client, GOG, or Epic, or sometimes Steam, once in a blue. I do recommend just come here and just claim these games. They're free every Thursday. And right here, there's 3 games, plus the 2 that we claim from Epic. That's 5 games right now that we just claim. That's not bad. If you have nothing to play, now you have something to play. All right, so this is a tip while you actually playing games, and if you're an Xbox full experience, but you don't have to be here. Even if you're on desktop, it works. What you need to do is just bring the Xbox menu here, and this is the AI. If you want to use it, you can use it, but it's kind of cool because as you play the game, you can kind of ask a question verbally. You don't have to type it in, and it will respond back to you. For example, let's see here. It's activating. What game am I playing?
You're in the thick of Resident Evil 3 right now, Doc Dragonan, and I'm here to help you find all the ammo you need.
That was kind of cool. Come on, you're gonna tell me that was not cool. Where should I go next?
Alright, Doc Dragonan, here's the scoop. If you're near that control room area, definitely check out any lockers or filing cabinets around the corners. One of the right lockers in the southeast corner is often a prime spot for some ammo, and if you've got that lockpick handy, you can crack open another locker for some extra supplies. Go give it a shot. Let me know how it goes and if we'll need any more leads.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
You've got it, Doc Dragonan. Just doing my job to keep you sharp and ready for any surprise zombie encounters. If you run into any more roadblocks, just holler. In the meantime, tell me how you're liking the game so far. Enjoying the thrill of the chase?
Yes, I love this game.
Awesome to hear that you're loving it, Doc Dragonan. Resident Evil 3 really knows how to keep the adrenaline pumping, and I can see you've got some serious firepower in there with that rocket launcher. If you need more tips or just want to chat about your favorite parts of the game, so tell me, how's your strategy shaping up against him?
So far, so good, but I'll talk to you in a minute. So anyway, that was a little bit of a glimpse. You kind of talk to it, kind of responds, it's kind of get you engaged, but tell me that was not freaking cool. You already gave me an idea what to do here, especially about locker who has couple ammos and stuff like that, and if I need lockpick to be able to open. And even notice that they have a rocket launcher. Come on. Tell me that's not fucking cool. Yeah. I will recommend, guys, as you play games in your Legion Go, and if you're stuck on something, you can kind of ask it some question about your game, and it will try to figure it out for you and try to give you some advice. All right, that's one other tip.
That's what she said.
All right, so I have now that we finally have this set up, but this is, don't worry about this. We just come back to the Xbox full experience. So now we have this set up, like I was mentioning. What we're gonna need to do is a couple of quick settings and here changes. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna bring the game bar and we're gonna go to the cog here. So this will be a shortcut. Let's say if you need to update your system or need to get to your settings, this will be a quick way to do that. So you scroll down, it says more, right down here, more settings, and you go down to Windows settings. You click that and it takes you to Windows. So from here, what we need to do on this page, just go here to power and battery. You tap that. So from power and battery, there's a couple of things that we need to do that I do myself and I recommend. And that's all going to be depending how you're using this device. If you're using it plugged in on the power supply, or it's going to be straight up battery. Like right now it's on battery. You see no cables around. So anyway, so let's go to here. And what I do here, plug in, I have it set to 30 minutes. This is for the screen and for the device to go to sleep, right? And for battery, I have 5 minutes. So this is my setup. You could do what you want with this setup, but you could leave it alone. Then what I do, I go down here, there we go, to power button control. So in power button control, I have two setup, plugging and battery. For plugging, I have it on sleep, as you can see. And for battery, I have it on hibernate. You can do however you want, but this is my recommendation, my settings, especially if you're walking around with this just with no cable or whatever. Let's say you're traveling, you're in the airport, you don't want this thing to be running 24/7 on your back, whatever. You don't want to keep turning it on, turn it back on, turn it on, turn it back on. So this way in hibernate on battery, it kind of save you the headache, and it works really freaking well. So let's go ahead and jump into a game. I got one here, Hades, for example. So I am basically playing Hades. Running, do my thing. Let's say I've been doing this for like the last 10-20 minutes, and I gotta go. Either your mom call you, or your wife call you, or your kids are calling you, and you just need to take a quick break. You go ahead and pause it, but you don't want to leave it here wasting battery, right? So because it's on battery for hibernation, you basically hit the power button. Let it be. Let's say you walk away. Maybe 5-10 minutes pass, and you have 75% of battery, for example. I should have paid attention how much battery I had, but anyway, I walked away, come back. Now I'm ready to get back into my game. I can go ahead and press the power, and let's start counting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, so about 12, 13 seconds, give or take, maybe 15 at the most, right? So I already back at my game. Now I can go ahead and continue to play my game. And you saw the system kind of did like a quick boot up. So this is a semi-quick resume way, but this only works with one game. So we could take this to another step. For example, there is this widget. It's called, basically, I'm gonna wait for it. Let me look for it here. There we go. Suspend in time. So what suspend in time does, it will pause your game. I'm gonna show you. Let's see here. Let's look it up here. I have it there. We open it. and he sees what I have available here running. Right? See, the game is running and it's moving there. So let's open this up again. You can even hear the music. And now we are gonna hit suspend. You don't hear it. The screen went kind of blank. But if we decide to, so what it did is kind of put the game, what it did, suspended the game. Let's play it again. Now you saw it's kind of playing. See, now the game is playing. Hit suspend. It's kind of like pause the game on real time. This is pretty cool. And the crazy part is you can have multiple games in the background. And you can have, let's say you want to have three, you want to play between 3 games or 4 games. I don't recommend to do any of that because it will glitch the crap out of you. I tried it. I would recommend maybe do 2 games, this one and another one. But I recommend just do 1 game at a time, just so you can kind of, what it does is kind of pause the game and your system is running like this isn't even running on the background. It literally is like the system doesn't even see this game running at all in the background. So let me show you real quick here. Look at this. You see GPU 1%. You see this right here? Okay. So let's go ahead and activate it. You can kind of see. Give it a second. There you go. It's back on. Give it a second for this. Look. You see now it's work. It is utilizing the GPU, CPU. All right. And even if I pause the game, you know what I'm saying? Still utilizing that information. Let's go and switch applications. Oop, close this. Here. Here, whatever. And you see it's kind of the usage went down, but it's still working at CPU. Okay, and let's go back to the game and bring that up. Give us a second here. Okay, now let's bring this here and suspend it. Put that again, see what happens. It's going down. Even the CPU usage is going down. That is pretty fucking cool. So this is an application that I can recommend, but I do not recommend to use it all the time. Use it whenever you can. It will sometimes make glitch the system. It has other settings here that I'm gonna show. Let me bring it back here. For example, it has some of the setting here. It has some of the settings here, but they're kind of glitchy. They kind of work. Like this one, if you put your system to sleep, as you put in the device in your bag, you move the controller, press the button or something, the system will understand that you do not want it on. It will try to shut it back down really quickly, put it to sleep for you. Sometimes it will leave the system going up, turn on and on, and you keep pressing the power button and you will not want to turn it, just keep shutting it down. So it will glitch on you. So sometimes this thing works really well, sometimes it does not. So I will leave it for now, maybe for the next couple of months until they figure it out. Also, you can change your setting if you want sleep mode, hibernation, or shutdown. You can set it up there. But for now, I will say do not use them too much. Any of these, just play with it, but just use this. Especially if you're playing a game, you want to shut it down real quick. Especially if you want to do hibernation, you can do it. But like I said, this is a glitchy software. It's brand new. They're still working on it. So it is a 50-50 recommendation for now. While we here talking about widgets that I can recommend, second widget that I can recommend is gonna be right on the top is called One Game Launcher. One Game Launcher is right here. So for example, you can, like, just what the name is, it's pretty much can see all your games, also, of course, all your platform, and some of the little things, like for example, your settings. If you want to go to settings real quick, you could tap it. It would take you to settings. If you want to open a folder, like Explore folder, without going to Windows, you can just tap that and it should be able to open that folder for you. Right now it's trying to open in the background. Sometimes you will have to do this and then look for it here. You see, like it's right there. And you have a folder here. And then you can just jump between your different folders, documents, and stuff like that. You can do it that way. So this way you never have to hit go to Windows desktop. So it, like you see, it does work. Let's close it. Okay, and let's go back over there. And let's say you want to open Explorer or whichever browser you have. You can just have it already there, tap it, and you have your browser Explorer. Now you can browse the internet while you still on the Xbox full screen experience without going to the desktop at all and wasting resources going to the desktop. So that is my also recommendation to get, highly recommended. The second one is for people who use the Xbox app. As you can see, it shows Steam's game here that you can actually select. For example, let's say Resident Evil, and you can press to launch the game. All right, we're gonna utilize the suspend feature real quick here. You see Resident Evil there. We're gonna suspend it. We're gonna utilize that for now. Sometimes the system will kind of glitch out at you. Like I said, don't go crazy with that feature. You can use it here, there, but not too much because it's still kind of glitchy. Let's close this. And what I want to do is this here. Come on, there we go. See, like I told you, it kind of glitch out the system a little bit. Is this other one that I want to show you, this is what I was mentioning. It's called SteamGridDB. So what this one does is give you, especially for this one, like I said, like let's say the artwork that you see here does not look pretty or you don't like it. You want to change it. Let's look for one that doesn't look right. I guess I don't. They're all fixed. But what you do there, I'm sorry, here, and there we go. What you do here, like you see dispatch. I don't like the dispatch icon here. So if you look here on the side, you have a pencil. You click on the pencil, and it's gonna bring this information, different wallpaper for dispatch. Like this one, this is like, dude, that one look kind of cool, that red one. Now dispatch is going to be different. Baldur's Gate, for example. Let's say I don't like Baldur's Gate 3. I could use any of these and change it to whatever I want. Now I change it. So if I come here, for example, if I go ahead and look for Baldur's Gate, see all my games, you can see dispatch change. Right, and so is Boulder Gate change. So they are going to change it. They're going to change here. So this is a way to kind of change. Oh, look at this one right here. That one, I don't like it. So let's go ahead and change that one real quick. Let's look for that one. It's right here. Hit that.
That's what she said.
Click on that. Maybe it's not finding anything for it, and that's what's going on. And that's fine. If you cannot find it, you just leave it alone. Sometimes you will have to do things manually, and that's fine. We're not doing that type of tips and tricks here. All right, so those are the ones that I can recommend. Those 3 right now. If I do bump into more widgets that I can recommend for you guys to use, I will be making videos. But that's everything right now that I can show you that we can do. I am working on other videos about switching the operation system from Windows to SteamOS. If you guys want to see that video should be up hopefully by sometime by the middle of this week or by next weekend, give or take. And if you want access to the links of everything that I have shown here, go to my YouTube channel where this video is going to be available. This is for everyone who is in TikTok, who are watching this video on TikTok, but the links are not in TikTok. So go to my YouTube channel and you'll be able to have access to all the links for everything. If you want to follow, if you want to update your system to do the Xbox full experience, I put all the links in the YouTube video for this video specifically. All right, and again, if you like this video and everything I have done here and in this information help you in any shape or form, please leave a like and a follow, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.